Welcome to Today of All Days, episode 37.
And camera A, go! Today is Saturday, July 1st, 2017. Yes, a new month, a new day, a new half of the year to celebrate all sorts of days. But today we start with National Financial Freedom Day.
Now, we wanted to go ahead and give you guys our top 3 ways that you can start getting out of debt. So we're just going to jump right into it with number 1. Add up your debt and list them from smallest to largest with real numbers laid out. You can attack the smallest ones first. So, let's say you have a credit card that you've had for about 4 years now and it's always been looming over your head. But that bill is only $20 a month. Why not go ahead and start working directly at that credit card? Whether it's throwing an extra $20 at it that month, or even if it's only $10 or $5, throwing any amount extra at it is going to go ahead and knock that cloud out from over your head.
Once you knock out the smallest one, you can then take the money that would normally go towards that one and start putting that towards the next smallest one. And so on until finally you tackle the big kahuna. The greatest thing to get out of this is the confidence. As you see each one go away one by one, you know that you can do it, so keep pushing forward.
And that brings us to number 2. Cut your unnecessary spending. Now, this could go from fast food, or maybe you have a gym membership that you haven't used all year because you didn't follow your New Year's resolution.
Or maybe you did a New Year's resolution recommitment. And if so, do you really need a gym membership? Or can you watch some training videos on YouTube, pick up your own equipment, and save time and money?
If you're trying to do better about eating at home and not spending as much money on fast food, then I highly recommend rice. Rice is the staple in our household. Even if you take some rice, get it going, you can make more than you need and maybe incorporate that into your breakfast the next day. Rice, potatoes, these can just be really, really essential to saving a lot of money and also taking a step towards a healthier lifestyle. And that can play into saving on your gym membership. I've come to find that whenever you start saving with one area, then it kind of bleeds into the other area, and you kind of start to compound each one with each other, and it makes it easier to save money and feel better about yourself at the same time.
And finally, we have number 3. If you have a hobby or some sort of skill on the side of your normal work that you like to do, whether it's drawing or painting or building little things in the garage, whatever it is, consider selling your work or taking requests from others to build things for them, or maybe even teaching others how to do what you do. It could be a great way to pull in extra cash here and there, and before you know it, it might even add up to something so you can lump sum pay off a big chunk of debt.
I know that there's some times where it's like, man, I would really like to go after, this thing, but I kind of feel like I'm tied down a little bit because I have to make sure that I have that 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to 7, sometimes 9 to 9 job, just to make sure that all of my bills are met, and then I don't have time for my hobby. But if I put a little bit of time into the hobby, it can build up and you can eventually start doing what you enjoy doing. And I think that's the goal of pretty much everybody that's on earth right now, is they want to get paid to be themselves and to represent themselves how they truly are, and to let the world appreciate that for what it is.
That is our top 3 ways to start tackling your debt. And one of the biggest things to remember, if you have an extra $100 at the end of the month, that's not a commission to go out and get the stuff that you've been cutting back on. No, make sure you stay strict with yourself and use that extra money directly for the goal that you've set before yourself.
But a Nintendo Switch,
You're right. And that brings us to
Today in History. In 1941, The first television broadcast was made by WCBW-TV, Channel 2, and WNBT-TV, Channel 4.
Back in 1941, both companies received their permits to broadcast simultaneously, and the FCC did that so that neither one could claim to be the first. However, WNBT-TV started airing 1 hour before WCBW-TV.
That's cutthroat, man. Now, these companies are long-standing rivals and have grown to become what we know today as CBS and NBC. And as with all television stations, money is to be made. And the first commercial ever broadcast on TV was on the first day that TV was broadcast, and it was by Bulova Watch Company. They paid $9 for a 9-second commercial, and the commercial simply stated, "America runs on Bulova time."
That's right, America wasn't always running on Duncan. The first day of broadcast, they slipped in there to let the world know. And I feel like we are facing some of the same things today, with the internet being such a useful marketing tool that it is.
Gathering your little informations here and there. Do you want this item that you were browsing on Amazon for a little while? One time you searched it, and now it just pops up constantly? I will say this. If you are the company that does this, here's why you should stop. I decided to go online and surprise Maria with a sewing machine. The very next day, after I purchased the sewing machine, it pops up as an ad on literally every site that we went to. It popped up the exact model. Oh, why are all these sewing machines everywhere? Why is it throwing out all these hints? Thanks, guys. Thanks. There's no secrets with the internet. That's something we should all learn. But, with that, it brings us to National Gingersnap Day!
We call them Gingersnaps here in the US, but in other countries like the UK, Australia, New Zealand, they are known as ginger nuts.
Snaps are better.
These babies have a long history. From the Middle Ages, gingerbread has been a traditional holiday food, and over time, different textures and styles branched off, along with different methods of baking the gingerbread.
In the 1800s, the US had some areas with strong European influence, and they would see families making giant foot-tall ginger snaps in the shape of little people. And they would even decorate these ginger people and display them in their windows.
Aw, that's so festive and nice. What do we do these days? Just little gingerbread houses. And it's not even the same, because we usually use, graham crackers. They're graham cracker houses. They get all soggy and they just fall apart before Christmas even comes around. But a foot-tall gingerbread man and or woman, they're gonna last you.
Who needs elf on a shelf when you've got gingerbread on a shelf?
Now, it is thought that ginger nuts would have been made with melted honey and butter originally, and recipes now call for sweet, sweet molasses.
Ooh, I love me some molasses.
So, whether you use syrup or sugar or molasses, why not have a little Christmas in July celebration and make your own gingerbread concoctions on this day?
Today of all days.
Today of all days.
And we will see y'all Monday. Bye.